In this video, I'm going to talk about Newton's third law of motion and how this might be the most relevant thing for you right now in your drumming career. And of course, this applies to anything you do. It's like Jeff Bezos said, the only rules that are not meant to be broken and that can't be broken are the laws of physics. You can't evade physics, but everything else is designed to be broken. So, Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Every action you take is going to have an equal and opposite reaction. So for every ounce of excitement and passion that you have, there's going to be an equal and opposite amount of hatred, of haters, of people who do not want to see that success, who are jealous of that success, or who just simply do not understand it, or who view it as premature. There's going to be an equal and opposite amount of people who are completely against everything you stand for. So when you try to pursue your drumming career, and I say try very lightly, I hate that word. When you pursue your drumming career, you're going to encounter so many people who are going to tell you it's not possible, who are going to tell you need a real job, who are going to tell you that you just can't do it in today's world with all this technology. You're going to encounter people who are going to tell you that it's not worthwhile, that you can't make money with it. You're going to encounter all sorts of these people, and you're going to encounter all types of other people. You're also going to encounter people who are very excited. You're going to encounter people who are thrilled to hear and know that you're pursuing this career, this path. In my experience, those people are harder to find. And this is true of anything new that you go after. If you want to start a clothing brand, for example, it's going to be very challenging to find people who have done successful clothing brands before. They're out there. There's a wide group of people who have accomplished that already. But in your local area, in your city that you live in, if you're in a big city, yeah, you might be able to find things pretty easily, people pretty easily. But if you're in a suburban area, or if you're somewhere where you don't know anybody, you have fewer connections, you don't know where you can go to find this, you might have to just look online, and you might have to do some real searching online to find competent people, to find people who have succeeded, who can point you in the real right direction. The same definitely holds true when it comes to music. The same definitely holds true when it comes to drums specifically. There are tons of drummers out there who have reached this purgatory, I would say, where they're stuck playing bar gigs, or they've never made it past bar gigs. They've never done a real substantial gig. They've never gone on tour. They've never even sold merch for their band. And so those are the people that you're not going to necessarily want to learn from. If they're massively skilled, yeah, you take their skills on the drums, you learn from that. You study that. You work with their concepts. But you seek elsewhere, you seek other mentors and sources who can point you in the right direction in terms of what's going to help you sustainably build the career you're looking for. And just as for every one great drummer there is, there's going to be so many others that are not great. And it's going to be very challenging if you don't have a high level of discernment. It's going to be very challenging to figure out which ones are worthwhile to actually pay attention to and study. I'll give you a little hint. Typically, it's not the ones with the most skill. that you actually want to learn the most from. The reality of the situation is the people who have made their careers off of pure skill, chances are they've been developing that skill for more time than you have available to you. Sure, you can play catch up. You can play catch up all you want, and you can get really good really fast, and you can get close, as I certainly have, close enough to land you opportunities based off pure skill. I've certainly done that. But the reality of the situation is when you want to expand, when you really want to build your career and sustain it, it's more than just the skills on the instrument. Every skill you build in a positive way is going to have an equal and opposite impact on other areas. And that can be a good or bad thing. Every time you gain a new skill, you're getting rid of an old way of thinking, for example. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Every time you acquire new knowledge, you're shedding old, outdated knowledge that doesn't serve you. And that's a great thing. Every time you find a new mentor, you're getting rid of old mentors who sent you down paths that didn't work. And that's a great thing. But each time that you find something on your path that doesn't serve you, and it's going to be often, you're going to shed things that did serve you. And that is a terrible thing. It's bound to happen regardless, because it's simple physics. Every decision you make and every action you take is going to have equal and opposite results. Every new friend you make, you might lose an old one, and that can be a good or bad thing. Every new activity you choose to pursue, you're going to lose your time. And that can be a great thing or it can be a bad thing. You must learn how to choose your time, use your time wisely. Spend it with the right people, with the right mentors, the right sources of information, and building the right skills. Again, all these things are extremely challenging when you don't know where to go and when you have so much opposite pressure against you. When you have so many negative opinions in front of you for where you're going. I had the time of my life sorting through negative opinions when I was pursuing drums wholeheartedly. And now that I'm transitioning into more of the business side of things, in the music business, I'm encountering a whole new set of naysayers. And if I had never gone through this before, I might think, oh man, well this path just isn't for me. But I understand this concept. I understand Newton's third law of motion. And I understand that the more negativity you face, oftentimes it means that you're moving in a positive direction faster and stronger than you might even know. But you make progress one step at a time. You make hay slowly. You get ahead step by step, but not as necessarily in fast spurts. You will make progress. You will move forward. Especially when you dedicate earnestly and you don't let yourself get too wrapped up in your distractions, in the things that suck your time out. Another great example of this is the right relationship can bring you to places and take you to places in your mind, in your life, that you could never imagine, that are the most exciting things you've ever experienced. A bad relationship can take you to the lowest of lows. And oftentimes it's accompanied by the highest of highs. Because you wouldn't be in that relationship if there weren't highs associated with it. But it could be the single worst decision you can make at that time. And you have to be able and willing and ready to make the assessment and be discerning of whether this is serving you or not. Whether this is overwhelmingly positive or overwhelmingly negative. And you have to be able to pick the right ratios for you personally. You can never let yourself get stuck and wrapped up in the idea that you might find the perfect thing at the perfect time. It's always one step at a time. And yes, we continually strive to be better. We strive for something that looks like perfection. But if physics is to be respected, perfection will never exist. And the closer we get to perfection, the more destruction that we leave in our wake as well. Because again, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Now I'm on my way to church right now, play some music. That's all I really have to say on this particular subject today. But it really, really struck a chord in my mind, and I wanted to speak on it. And I think I spoke on it with a significant amount of passion that hopefully will inspire you. So I encourage you, leave a comment, like this video, share this video if you feel so inclined, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.